Hey, Martin here. Today we're going to install the OR-Fab corner guards for a Jeep Cherokee for an 84 through 01. I had a really nice dent right here. Got out rock crawling and scraped this fender a little bit, and I've actually kind of been wanting to do these for a little while. Now, according to directions, and I highly recommend you get help. You need a helping hand to mark out the holes and stuff like that. When you lay this up here and mark them out, they recommend you mark all the holes all at once. I find it better if you start with, let's say, these top 6 right here, lay it up here. You're gonna drop this panel from the top edge here to this first body line right there, about the thickness of this metal, 3/16 of an inch. Okay, and that's going to get you right on the money. Then drill those holes, bolt it on place, snug it on down, and then drill the rest of your holes. This piece of steel doesn't exactly have the same curve as your rear quarter panel does, and so as you're tightening up the bolt, you're drawing everything in toward the body panels, and then it makes for a more accurate location of the holes when you drill them. Now I've got this side on, and like I say, I would highly recommend some help. So I'm going to have an assistant for the other side when I do need him, and I'll show you how to do that. Alright, let's get started. First of all, I have onboard air. I'm going to have to pull this out of the way, remove a couple bolts and screws, and pull this panel out of the way so we can get to the back side for installing the nuts. Alright, I've got all the hardware removed, and to get this off of here, you kind of just got to lift it up just like that and pull it out. And my air line there is probably hindering me a little bit. I don't want to take the time to disconnect it though. I don't think I'll need to. And just toss that over here. Alright, this side is not as user friendly as the other side as far as getting in here. You got the gas tank fill, you got this bracket in here, and then I got some stuff in here too that is going to make it definitely harder to get to bolts back here. Looks like a lot of fun. Alright, we need to remove our aftermarket or stock fender flare. Now, one thing that probably helps you guide on this side is the fact we got that to go around the gas tank, right? And you'd think that would just be centered, which I think is about right. And it is time to go find some help. Alright. Should I have that on the film?
Definitely.
No.
Definitely.
No. I said no. I said no.
Can you guys hear that? Alright. I think we're looking pretty good. Yeah, come looks pretty good down here. Okay, we were able to mark most of them. We did not get these two lower ones, but we'll get that after I drill and bolt it all on and suck it up a little bit. Okay, I've gotten most of the holes drilled out to 11/32 is what they're calling for. Got the three tops, the next row of holes drilled out. I got this one marked down here, but I just don't feel comfortable about its location. It seems like it's off too far. So I'm going to wait on that one. Got this one here, and I got two more down here I still need to drill. So what we're going to do is bolt it into place, draw it up to where I can get an accurate location of these other two holes right down in here, and this one. And then we'll drill those at that time. Action!
Action. And go.
Okay.
So which one? The one below it or the one on the...
You can go below it.
Okay.
Any of them. There you go.
Okay.
Here's another one.
Okay, let's go on this front top.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, we've drawn it up quite a bit, and now we can clearly get to and accurately drill these bottom ones right here. Because it's, you're literally bending the sheet metal of this vehicle, and as we do that, we're getting closer to where we can get an accurate location of the bolt holes. What I've done too is taken some ultra black silicone before we snugged this up, and I shot it down in there just to keep water from getting down in behind this metal and rusting. I'm just taking off the excess here. Okay, just a little hint here. This wiring that's mounted up in here like this, go ahead and remove that, because you're going to need to get your hand in here to get to the couple top ones there, and it'll actually get you to the top three, excuse me. Now, this bottom one, see if I can show it to you. Yeah, right back there. You can see it. Very hard to get to. I may even just cut right here and here and take this one little piece of metal out of here, and then have more of a clear shot. Probably get a socket on there. Alright, what I'm going to do, try to take this Dremel with a cutoff wheel. I'm going to cut in here and get rid of this piece of metal right in there. It's going to give me a little bit more room. Now, I want to get the washers on the back, but to get in there, to get the washer on and the nut on, I decided I'm just JB welding this nut to the washer. That way I can stick a socket on here. I can probably get back in there and without, having the washer fall off or the nut falling off while you're trying to get it all on there. Alright, here we go. Alright, now I can clearly see that bolt right there. Okay, now with the nuts JB welded on here, and this one, I just took a little electric tape and wrapped it around on there. And what that does, just 1.5 wraps or so, makes it stick on there really good. So I should be able to get that in there and get it started, I hope. Okay, with a little finesse, it did work. You can see the tape still on the nut there. We got the washer on. I used a 1/2 inch with a swivel and a nice long extension, and got it on there. One to go. On this last bolt, I was able to go right through here, and you can see it right there. Now, I did use the swivel again and a piece of tape around the nut, and it holds that nut and washer combo on the swivel so I can get it started. That worked out pretty good. Alright, we got it all bolted in. I just need to trim the fender flare, because now we've added 3/16 metal to it. It's going to end up pushing the fender flare out, so we need to trim that, get that installed. I've been working on this fender, trimming this back quite a bit. I've laid it up here, so now I've got to re-drill the holes through the armor, and I've got that right there. I got them spotted, so I'm going to go ahead and drill those holes. That's the size of it. Now, being that the metal is, 3/16 of an inch thick, you gotta experiment with hole sizes here. And I'm using a 7/32, and I mean, it almost makes you want to feel like you want to go up another size. That one just feels awful snug. So be careful not to over tighten and then twist off. Even though this is stainless steel hardware, stainless steel doesn't mean it's hard. It can actually be rather soft and twist off. There it goes. Alright, well, we got it installed. This being the more difficult side because of the obstructions with the fuel tank, fill, and some other things in there. Went pretty decent, and pretty happy with it. There's no doubt this is bulletproof. Not completely literally, but it is very stout. I want to thank you for watching. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Appreciate it. Thank you.